Hey everybody, Vail here with more life and death problems and a couple of announcements. I got a haircut, so that's awesome. Did it for you. And coffee is delicious. Coffee is the nectar of the gods, and don't you say otherwise. Let's do some problems. These are a little more basic. In fact, I want to stress that if you are, uh, if you've learned the rules of Go, and if you've learned the rules of Go, you can figure these problems out. You might not have the best opening strategy. We haven't even talked about opening strategy on this channel yet. I'm not sure we will. There's a lot of other videos. Go to Dwyron's channel if you want to know about how to open, like opening theory. It's really simple stuff. But if you know the rules of Go, you can figure these problems out. But it's going to take you some time. And that's the point. The point of these problems is to get you to spend the time looking at them and training your brain to figure these problems out. So let's start with the upper left. I'm going to do this a little differently this time. I have solved these problems already. Typically, I will pause the video at this point and try to solve them myself, and I'll get some wrong and I'll get some right. But these are really kind of fundamental simple shapes that I wanted to kind of go back. We're starting to get into a little more complex stuff on this channel, and so I wanted to go back and kind of brush up the fundamentals. So let's take a look at this. This is not a natural occurring shape. This isn't going to happen in games most often. But it is important to note what's going on here. So I want you to pause the video and tell me what is happening here. Do you think that white is alive, or do you think that white is dead? So go ahead and pause the video. Okay, so here's the deal. White is alive, but in a strange way. Now, if you are 20Q or 25Q or somewhere around there, you've probably heard of Joseki, but you might not know what it is. So this is a Joseki. A Joseki is a situation. Man, I cannot wait till I have my braces out. You're going to be there to see it. One day, these will be gone. Joseki is a situation where nobody can play. Black can't play or white can't play. Notice if white plays, black captures. But if black plays, white captures. And notice how many spaces white has. White has 4 spaces, which means that black cannot kill this shape. So it's often okay, frequently, in life and death problems. It is okay to allow your stones in the center here, black's stones, to be captured if, finish my sentence, if what? If it creates a shape that is dead. Remember that weird looking video that we did a few weeks ago with all the shapes on the board? Those are the dead shapes in Go. So learning what a dead shape is, and there's a few more weird ones, but this is not a dead shape. So if black plays here, white can play here. That's 2 eyes. 1, 2. If black plays here, that's 2 eyes. 1, 2. And you can't kill anything that has 2 eyes. So therefore, nobody can play here. Now, because nobody can play there, they had to make up a new rule for it. And it says that white is alive. That's the rule. White doesn't get any territory here. This doesn't count as territory for white at the end of the game because black is alive too. But these stones are not captured. They're considered alive with 0 territory. Okay. Excuse me. I need to have some more coffee. I'm still a little sick. I'm still a little froggy. Okay. Now that I've had my Tsuji fuel, let's go on to the next problem. This one, upper right. It should look vaguely familiar. You've got a white stick in here instead of a black stick. But the question is black alive or is black dead? And if black is alive, how does black ensure that he stays alive? And if he's dead, how does white ensure that he's dead? Remember that there's three categories. There is unsettled, alive, and dead. Unsettled means that whoever plays in the area first can determine whether or not the group lives or dies. So it's an urgent move. Alive means something like this. Oops. Bop, bop. Alive would mean this kind of shape, where black can't do anything to kill this. That is unequivocally alive. Whereas dead would be the opposite of that, where there's nothing that the player can do to save their group. Okay, so what is the status of black here? Is black unsettled? In other words, does black need a move here to live? Can white kill it? That's both unsettled. Or can black play away? And is it unequivocally alive? Or should black play away because it's already dead? So pause the video, tell me what you think. Okay, the answer, my dear viewers, is that black's group is unsettled. It's shaken up. It's got needs. It's got emotions. It's unsettled. And if white plays first, white can kill. Because now black can't just play away because excuse me. Let me double check this. He can't play away. Why not? Did I screw up? No. Okay. When white plays here, black can't play away because white can't play, or black can't capture here, right? These are the next moves for white. White would just go here, start to fill. Now black has to play here to connect. White can't play here, so he'll play away, and after he captures, the group is dead. See that? So this move means that there's a cut point here that black needs to think about. White doesn't take advantage of that cut right away. That's the crazy thing about this problem. White isn't going to... So, I mean, there's nothing black can do at this point. If black tries to... Let's say black tries to capture the group. Again, white would ignore it. White will just slowly surround, because what is this? This is 3. It's a 3-space eye. Black will eventually have to capture... Here's the key to this problem. Black will eventually have to capture those 3 stones. And when black does, white will get to play next, right in the middle. Again, go back to that fundamental video about the dead shapes, fundamental dead shapes, or whatever it's called. So this move lets that happen. Now, alternatively, if it's black's turn, black can live by playing there. Because now this whole group is connected, and there's nothing that... Wait, if I can do that. Let's assume white tries to capture. Black can just be playing away, blah, blah, blah. Okay, now what does white do? White needs to fill 2 spaces instead of 1 to kill this. So white will go there, black will go there. Now how many spaces does white have, or does black have? 4, which means he's got 2 eyes. No matter what. This group, after this move, this group is unequivocally alive. But it takes some reading to figure that out. Let's move on to the next problem. Let's go here. What is the status of this group? What is the status of white? Pause the video, try to see all of the potential moves that black could make, all of the potential moves that white could make. Tell me if you think that white is unsettled, alive, or dead. Okay, again, this one is unsettled. And the reason being that if white plays first, white can play here. Similar to this. One principle in Go is try to get as much eye space as you can. Get really big eyes. Because that will allow you more room to make said eyes. Here, when white plays here, white's alive. Black can't do anything to kill this group anymore. If black pushes up, I think white just ignores it. No, if white pushes up, or black pushes up, white goes there. And white's alive, but do you notice how he's alive? Look at this shape again. This is why we started with this shape. White is alive in Seki because black can't play here. Boom, 2 eyes. Also, white can't play here because boom, dead. So that's Seki. That is a situation in which white is alive with no territory. Pretty cool. But the only way he got there was by playing this move. If black goes first, black just kills. Same move. Another principle in Go is that oftentimes your opponent's best move is your best move, especially in situations of life and death. So that's what's going on here. Now, because black has reduced white by 1 space, Seki is no longer an option. Because when white fills, black can go here. Maybe white ignores. Maybe black goes here. That's dead. If white doesn't ignore, if white tries to kill this, that's dead. So this one move kills this entire group or saves it in Seki. Let's take a look at our group here. Pause the video. Tell me if you think that this is unsettled, alive, or dead for black. And don't feel bad if you have to take a long time at this. Obviously, there's still some aspects of this that I'm working my way through as well. So go ahead and pause. Let me know what you think. Okay. The answer to this is that it is unsettled. You'll notice that this is in Atari, the S1 stone. So if it's black's turn, you might think black will just capture. That's fine. However, that's a ko. Because let's say something else on the board is really important. Maybe something like this. Maybe white plays here now. And black is like, holy crap. I need to do something there. And foolishly, tries to respond. Well, white can now take this back. That's the way ko works. So if this is a bad example because this is not a good example, but this isn't a ko thread. But ko, how to explain ko? So you understand that the board can't look the same twice. So after black takes at T1, white needs to find a move somewhere else that black has to respond to. That's why this is not a good example, because black wouldn't respond to this move. This is dead. So maybe, okay, there's nothing on the board right now, but something that black, or that the black needs to respond to. So white plays a move, and it's so big, it's so important that black needs to respond to it. So black does, and now white comes back here and captures. But see, the thing is, this didn't need to happen this way. Black shouldn't play here. Black shouldn't capture this. Black should play, if white plays elsewhere, black should play here. Why? Because black still has two liberties. Black has 1, 2 liberties. White will need to fill those before he can capture black. So when white does that, black can capture here. And that's 2 eyes. That's why playing at T3 is the move for black. What's the move for white, though? It's to fill at T1. Why? Because this makes a dead shape. Once again, it always comes back to making a dead shape, making your opponent create a dead shape. Now, black is completely dead. Black can't push, captured, but white plays again inside, and it's dead. So, the answers are, this is a Seki, white's alive in Seki. This is unsettled, this is unsettled, this is unsettled. But it's important to know why they're unsettled. So hopefully you took the time to figure those out, and let me know how many you got right. Let me know if you were able to get all of the problems right, or if some of them were harder than others. I think probably this one might be one of the hardest ones, just because you have to realize that this cut doesn't get activated right away. And that's it. That's it for today. So enjoy the video, everybody. Enjoy the video and play some good Go. Play games, review your games, study life and death, study endgame, and be awesome. Excelsior.